Miss Dudley, why are you here today? I mean, I don't really want to be, but for some reason people think that you can help. They think that you can help fix me. Not that I'm completely broken or anything, I'm just not feeling like myself. But I'm here to prove to you and everyone else how I know for sure that your therapy can't help. Let's start off at April 17, 2015. My father went into the operating room for what was supposed to be a routine procedure. And it's unfortunate, but that day me and my family were forced to learn that just because a man has a PhD and the lab coat does not mean that everything he does is completely legal. Explain. How everything that was supposed to go right that day went wrong. Explain. How as a result of your negligence, my father would never be returning home. Explain. How you could fix your hands to do a procedure that you were not authorized to do. Better yet, why did you try to cover up the punctured arteries in which you got your medical instrument through? I mean, this is my dad. So in my head, it wasn't supposed to be like that. I mean, you telling me it's a routine procedure, right? He wasn't supposed to bleed like that. My dad is the strongest man I know. Never have I heard him scream like that. I remember one of the last things my father told me is, I'm coming to cut your grass, girl, as soon as I get out of here. So even he didn't expect to just over leave like that, but just like that, he was gone. And see, what I need y'all to understand is that night, I had showed up to the hospital to take my father home, but according to the sounds coming from the machine in this hospital room, it was evident that he had already went home. So I went home. And because I know that news travels fast, I decided to turn off my phone, and I sat there and I cried. Every selfish tear that I could produce, I laughed, thinking of all the crazy things this man used to do. I screamed, because when we get mad, for some reason, that's just one thing we tend to do. I mean, I laid there for hours wondering. If my father had the choice between heaven and earth, was heaven that much better? That's what he decided to choose, because we do hear and read about heaven being awesome. And I do strongly believe that heaven is awesome. But the relationship between me and my father was also awesome, and though I'll never be able to compete with his love for God, I do still wonder if Stan was even an option. Me losing my father was rough. And on top of that, as if that wasn't enough, let's fast forward to August 21st, 2015. That Friday morning, I woke up to do my regular routine, and all of a sudden, my phone rang. And on the other end was the voice of my little sister, and as calm as she could at the moment, she asked, Jazzy, are you by yourself? As afraid as I was to know the answer to the question I was about to ask, I just paused and took a deep breath. Nah, I'm not by myself. What's up? It's Mama. She won't wake up. What do you mean she won't wake up? I mean, this morning I went in her room to iron my stuff, and I noticed that she was just laying there, so I went and shook her, but Jazz, she's not waking up. Immediately, my heart and mind gets to racing, hand gets to shaking. About 12 minutes later, I pulled up to my parents' house and was quickly comforted by my auntie's embracement as she whispered, baby, she didn't make it. For that split second, I wrapped my arms around my aunt and squeezed her, because I knew in the back of my mind at that moment, that was the only thing that could prevent me from snapping, because I just couldn't understand why this kept happening. First, our father's life was snatched out of our hands like a newborn baby being put up for adoption. Then, our mother's life was stolen from us like a kidnapped kid that we were supposed to be watching. Now, me and my siblings are forced to live in this world without parental guidance, but yet they recommend I go see a therapist like this is supposed to solve all my problems. However, I oppose. I mean, there's nothing that you can sit here and tell me about myself that I don't already know. And before you recommend that I count to the number 10, every time I'm having a hard time trying to cope, I am already 10 steps ahead of you on that, so here you go. 1, heart snatched out of my chest and ripped apart on every Mother and Father's Day that will pass. 2 times a day, I sit and I cry thinking of everything I would have said if I would have known it with that last 3 hours earlier. Maybe my little sister could have saved my mother that morning. 4 months, 3 days, 7 hours, 9 minutes, and 19, 20, 21 seconds between my father coding and my mother croaking. 5 times a week, someone will approach me in public, look me in my face, and tell me how much I remind them of my father. 6 muscles begin to crumble in my stomach at the thought that my parents won't be here. 6 muscles begin to crumble in my stomach at the thought that my parents won't be here to help raise my unborn daughter. 7 different motives, each comes from somebody that me and my siblings thought we could trust. 8 people actually kept their word and have been here to hold us down during those times that got rough. 9. Oh no. It's all right.
Do it without the mic.
Jazz, we hear you.
Just put it on the floor.
6, muscles begin to crumble in my stomach at the thought that my parents won't be here to help raise my unborn daughter. 7, different motives, each coming from somebody that me and my siblings thought we could trust. 8, people actually kept their word and have been here to hold us down during those times that got rough. 9, different emotions, 9 completely different emotions that I deal with on a regular day. 10, I wonder if my older sister's really okay. 10, I wonder if the memory of my little sister finding my mother will ever be erased. 10, I'm curious if my brother will grow to be half the man my father was one day. 10, oftentimes when I go to sleep, I hear the sound of my father's flatline machine, therefore I choose to stay awake. 10, 10, 10, so I assume something's supposed to happen when I get to the number 10. 10, 10, but by the time I reach the number 10, 10, 10, I am re-pissed off and feel as if I need to start back at one all over again. But yet, they suggest that you could possibly fix in me what has been broken. As if you two are not also human with the exact same emotions. I mean, let's not sit here and pretend like you wouldn't be in the same situation I'm in after losing a close family member or friend. Now point me in the direction of the person that you go and talk to when you need to count to the number 10, 10, 10. Listen. Because you're only human, you cannot provide me with the type of therapy that I require. Therefore, I choose to seek therapy from a higher power, because the therapy that I need does not charge by the hour. The therapy that I need has already equipped me with several scriptures, fit any and everything that I desire. For instance, 2 Corinthians 5 and 7, Philippians 4:13, Luke 1.
Go ahead, Jazz.
1 Corinthians 2 and 5,
Look at that baby.
Matthew 21:22, need I continue. See, I understand that there will be days when heaven doesn't seem so close. What I need you to understand is that God has prepared me for each of those moments since before my birth. So next time I need therapy, there'll be no need for you and I to meet. Because God is and will forever be the only type of therapy I need. Therapy session complete.
All right.